when I look at volume, right? I'm always separating volume into three parts, three main parts. That's expansion volume, you got absorption volume, and you got dry volume. Something different in every moment of it. Not all volume is the same. So you got to look at the candle correlation, you got to look at the volume. So it's called pairing logic. So you want to pair what's going on with the volume with the price action. So let's say in expansion, that's when you see the volume bars rising on top of another, or you can see one big volume bar spike. That's called expansion volume. You got to see expansion volume, rising volume going up towards a level. That means there's commitment behind that run. That means there's big money behind that run. If you see stagnant volume, but the bars keep just rising up, that's weak. That's a fake out. That's not a true move. It might take a day or two to come back down, but it will come back down because that move wasn't backed by big money. It didn't have commitment in it. So an expansion volume gives you what you're looking for, that commitment. Okay, now we're getting to that resistance. Now you're gonna have stall volume in that resistance zone. You're gonna have the volume start drying up. That creates consolidation. When you create consolidation, most people don't pay attention to that, but that's the most fun about, because like I mentioned earlier, that's it's energy building in consolidation. The more energy that builds, the bigger the pop to whatever side, whether it runs up, whether it runs down. So in a consolidation pattern, once you reach your resistance zone and you came up off rising volume, now you wait for the break. You wait for the consolidation to expand again. Once it expands, that's where your entry's cooking. Because you're going to get the retest of the level. Once you break, that's where your entry's at. Then you keep riding it. You don't have to be scared of entering because you got buyers backing your move. The whole run up, you had volume rising, volume rising. That's what you want to see. You don't want to see volume under the average line as the bars just keep running to resistance. You're going to reject. You might get a fake break, get into play, then it rejects and comes all the way down, and then you're wondering what happened. We broke the level. You got faked out. There was no volume rising on the way up to the resistance. There was no volume. It was dry the whole time. So this is one of my biggest things, because volume will show you where the money is. Where's the money going? Where does the money want to park? Without volume, you got nothing. It's a shallow move. You see it moving, but ain't nothing inside. It's weak. As soon as it touches ceiling, it's gonna reject. So that's why volume is very, very important. When you got consolidation, this is the most important part. This is where all your entries cook. Every single entry. This is not where you take an entry. You don't take an entry inside a range. You take the entry outside the range. Every time. You take an entry inside the range, you're gonna get cooked. Theta's gonna cook you, everything else is gonna cook you. Time is gonna cook you. You gotta wait for that volume to snap right back out. Boom. As soon as it snaps to the upside, cool. I got direction, not an entry. Volume tells me where we're going. It doesn't mean I got rising volume going up, 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 up. Oh, I'm gonna enter in the middle of the run. It's running. Now you gotta let structure build. This is where it pulls back. You look at the volume again. How is the pullback? Is the selling volume rising as it's dropping, or is it decreasing as it's dropping? That means if you got decreasing volume when the chart is dropping, then that means the selling has no legs. It's the sellers are not committed. So you wait for structure, wait for your levels to line up, because this is where your levels matter. And as soon as you get the pullback to structure, you already know that the selling volume was decreasing. You get in with intent, commitment. I see the volume getting up here. The buyers were commitment. I see the sellers are not committed. As soon as I get my pullback back into structure, I'm entering. It's no where's the entry. I'm a structure. I'm at the level. Here I am. Volume already told me where I'm going. Now, you always, every time you enter on any play, if your entry's around this area, where does it invalidate? You got to have a stop loss ready to go. So if your play doesn't cook the right way or in the right time frame that you want it to cook, it has to invalidate somewhere. You don't just sit on the play. Oh, I'm negative 20%. Ah, it's gonna come back. I'm negative 30%. Nah. 40, 50, 70. Where does it end? What do you say? Enough is enough. Or is the whole trade once it goes red is just hope? Every time you have an entry, there should be an invalidation thesis right behind it. If you got an entry, you got an exit right behind it. There's you don't have an entry without nothing else. That's not a good play. Because when the time to come out comes and you have good profit, you're up 50%. You don't know if you want to leave, you don't know if you want to stay. You don't have an exit predetermined. When you have an exit predetermined, okay, we hit my target, volume looks strong. Let me get out the play and let me leave a runner. Let me leave two runners because volume is still backing your move. So you could leave a runner. All right, I'm gonna do that, guys. I'm gonna leave real quick and I'm gonna come right back so I could try to like share the screen.
Someone said, "Stop yelling at me, Rams."
Yo, am I talking loud? I always everybody tells me that. I'm gonna try to talk like no. All right, so I'm gonna leave and go to Chrome and come back.
All right, I'm at Carlos. Why you do that, Carlos? Yeah, definitely passion. Carlos. You there? You gotta unmute yourself. Yeah, Rams couldn't wait. He probably was like, "Fuck, app, just fucking hurry up and stop talking so I can go." Rams did that. This is my time. Rams really was ready, yo. All right, Carlos. Device is not connected. All right, so I think Angie was before, but go ahead, Angie and Levine. It was definitely Rams' time. He was ready. Angie Levine, did you have any questions or no? I checked to see if I was on mute. Nope, I'm not on mute. It's just nobody's answering me. Uh, okay. I'm about to send you it right now. KT, you on mute on the stream and not on YouTube. Oh, sound like a person was saying. Am I? Can y'all hear me or no? You on mute on the stream and not on YouTube. Can y'all hear me? YouTube, I can't hear you. The streaming, I can't hear you. YouTube, okay. Okay. Oh, okay. Angie, you said you couldn't hear me on this. I'm not sure why. I'm married.
Damn, I'm back, bro. But I'm on Chrome.
Still not.
No.
So we know next time we're just gonna use Zoom then. I could
Yeah.
pull up the chart for you and just let you go.
Where go to TPL real quick and zoom in to where we at.
Damn, you are yelling at us.
Yo, it's that Cuban blood, bro. We talk loud as hell.
So
Be like
right
whispering
here.
and be like, okay. I can't see your screen.
Oh shit. My bad, my bad. Entire screen. All right. You can see it, right?
Mm-mm.
Oh, oh, I forgot to click this. Add to
There you
stage.
go.
All right, boom, boom,
Yeah.
boom. All right, I added a KT whenever you want. I'll be looking. But this is TPL.
Well, oh, do me a favor. Add the volume, a VOL indicator under, like the volume bars in the bottom.
This is the pay thing. I mean, this is the free one, sir.
Okay, so take one of your indicators out, like whatever one of those that you don't need right now.
Okay.
No, save it. Save it as your default. Save that as your default. Right there where it says defaults, put
Mhm.
save as so you don't lose that setting. Save as default. And now just go back over there and trash it. You could pull it back out. That SMA, when you pull it back out, it's gonna come back out just like that because you got it as default.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. Where's the indicator? I haven't did this shit in
Over
so.
there in that little you see where the little bars and the keep going with two more. Down.
Oh,
Back one, two. There you go. That one.
this one.
Yeah, that right there. And just put VOL. Yeah, volume, just like that. Bang. Alright. Alright. So look, clear as day. Clear as day. So alright. So right where you at right there, look, go right to the start of the run. Go to the start of that run. Yeah, go yeah. Alright. So you see that right there. So go even to the red candle, the bottom, right there. Alright, so you see that right there. So you see that as a red candle and as a bearish candle, but I see that as a bullish candle and bullish volume. Why? Because we have right there is a perfect example of absorption. The sellers were trying to sell, and the buyers just came in and absorbed that whole thing real quick, real quick. And then what we get? We get a nice widespread candle coming next with higher volume. The next candle comes in, higher volume, and that is called expansion. Now, you guys can't see it here, but okay, and I did see somebody ask about to show an example of a retest. And that right there, when you made that line, same thing. When you see the run before you get to that resistance zone, when you see that run, look at the volume. That
Mhm.
volume right there is about to tell you it's gonna stall at that resistance because the volume as it's going up, now you start right there, you get a little consolidation. It breaks consolidation. Once we get out of that little flag pattern right there, you see the whole how the volume dries up just a little bit, and as soon as it comes out of the flag, it expands once again. That was your break and retest when you if you had your lines up just like that as it broke and it came down to retest, you're looking at all the rejections, all the absorption going on from the buyers. You know the buyers are getting in. You know that somebody is absorbing all the sellers. And then what you got a flag pattern break and you got volume start expanding to the top side. Now you see we up here. You're not gonna get up in the play somewhere up here. You need to wait for a pullback. Now you know the direction. You know TPL wants to go up. You know the buyers are committed to bring that stock up. Now you have to wait. There you go. Just like that. You gotta wait for a pullback and that pullback needs to have decreasing volume while we're falling. So you know, the selling pressure is not there. And as soon as you see the buyers, as soon as you see the reversal start happening, that's where you start cooking your entry.
Mhm.
You ain't got to guess. You already have direction. Now you need structure.
Mm.
That's all it is with volume. That's why I always say in the Patreon, price tells you where we at. Yeah, clearly. Price is telling me exactly where we are. But the volume is going to show you the intent of where it wants to go. It'll even let you know, hey, we consolidating right now. Look at the volume. We dry. We dry right now. We gotta wait until we break. And while we dry, we are building energy for a breakout. So that's all volume is. It's a perspective. It's you can't go nowhere with price without volume.
Mm.
And price can't move without commitment. It's either committed to sell or it's committed to buy. One of the two. But you need commitment for price to actually run. Either side. So no volume, no run. No volume up to your key level, ain't no entry. You gotta wait. You gotta be patient. This is where let me wait for a rejection. Let me wait for a reclaim. If the reclaim is not strong, keep going. I don't care because it's gonna drop at some point. The volume is not there. It's a fake out. Now, there's another thing I want to get to, but that I really do need to share my screen. But that will do whether we do a video tomorrow or the weekend or whenever. I'll be ready for that because I want to show you guys the weekly expected moves. Because now, once you have a range for the week, once you're following structure, you have your levels, every key level marked out, and you have your weekly expected move ready to go, you're not worried about where that stock is going. You're nice and patient just waiting for an entry. You already have range. All you need is the setup. You follow the volume. All right, we going down. It looks like we're going down. All right, it's confirming. Here's your reversal. Let's go down. Oh, I'm hitting this level. We rejecting here. I see volume pouring in. I'm in. You're in your weekly range, so there's no need to panic. If it fails, you're still not panicking. I'm in a weekly range. If we can't reclaim and validation, I'm out to play. It's very simple. We just like to make this stuff harder than what it really is. This is very simple. Ab shows the MAs. MAs work like gold. Throw your MAs in there, your levels in there. Follow volume. Simplicity. And you're going to be making money. The more you try to make this a puzzle, oh my God, I can't understand. It's going to be impossible for you. This is very easy. You see those wicks on the top and they're just get stretched like a leg? That's rejection. Every time you see that, it's rejection. So you watch it here. You can watch for a reversal. You're watching for a price test. You're watching for a trap. Because now when they do these reversals, when you get absorption going on, you'll have the candle up top absorbed. Then you have a candle, then the candle in the bottom sells off and gets absorbed. Now you're trapped inside that range. Now when you got absorption on both sides, you can't take a trade in that range. You're going to become a trap buyer or a trap seller. You have to wait to break out of that trap. Pick the direction. The chart is going to pick the direction for you. You never pick a direction. We take the direction the chart wants us to take. We don't say I'm bullish on this chart just because I'm bullish on the chart. If the chart is not showing me bullish signs and I'm not comfortable playing puts, I'm on to the next chart. It's that simple. We don't have to force any trades on any company. There's endless stocks, endless. There's things getting set up every day, and like Ab mentioned earlier, I've been thinking the same thing, and everybody's just trading after Robinhood, Palantir, Nvidia. I mean, I get it. Those are leaders. Those are big companies. They have the hype behind them. But there's other stocks in the market where people are making tons and tons of money. Rotation happens. Cycles happen. It's not every month is not Nvidia time. Every month is not Palantir time. Palantir ran from $7, $10. That was my purchase price. I haven't touched Palantir since.
Mm, damn.
So every company doesn't. You don't need to chase the Nike names. You don't have to chase the Adidas all the time. There's money everywhere else. Now everybody chasing gold, everybody chasing silver, but now we're already at the end of that run. The run happened. Yes, can it run some more? Possibly, but where is your risk to reward here?
Mm.
So now you have to wait until we break structure on these instruments. You have to wait. You're gonna jump on silver right now. That thing is red hot. It's red hot. You can catch. You can catch a bounce, and that's when I started earlier when I was still in the ride home. It all depends on your trade intent. If you're trying to scalp, chart the chart for the scalp. Don't chart it for a swing. You're gonna be holding that scalp longer than you think, and you're gonna be cooked. If you chart for long term, chart from the monthly, weekly, daily. Look at the 4 hour. But those are swings. Those are for leaps. Those are for long term. Anything under an hour down, that's all scalping territory. All scalping territory. So now when you're in a swing play and you're looking at an intraday move, oh, we're down 1.3%. Oh man, I'm getting cooked up. But you did the analysis for a swing trade. Why are you worried on this intraday action? Why are you panic selling? Because you charted your analysis said this was a swing. But now you're treating the swing like a scalp. So that's where those thin lines lay. It all depends on the trade intention. Now I'm a do a quick little overview on the weeklies, just cause, but I do really want to show this in the screen because it's gonna work best. But now with the weeklies, now look, charting is very. We're all looking at the same patterns, flags, cup of handles. We're looking at the same candles. Once you learn technical analysis, everybody knows how to do it. Everybody, we all know how to ride a bike. It's the same thing. It will never change. It's not going to change. It's the same patterns over and over and over again. Now, a lot of a lot of traders, they're now wrong on the direction they say, right? But they're wrong on the distance because you're not gauging what the expected move is, and you find all these expected moves in the option board. The options, they tell you everything. That's what all the big money is. Most of the big money, anyway, because there's big money that trades shares. But the big, huge whales, they're all in the option game. So the options always give you your weekly moves. You can look at a 6 month move, expected move. Doesn't mean it's exactly going to happen to the T, but this is the expected move. So that's data that whether once you learn it, you have to start respecting the data. The data is what tells you. I tried to put on the Patreon the other day. Gold is super hot. Monthly, I gave the whole breakdown, and people were just jumping on gold like it was crazy. Go on the monthly.
Your boy getting aggressive.
Look at that. My bad. My bad.
Nah, you good, bro. I'm laughing, bro.
I mean, look and look. There you go. Absorption right there. And look at the volume on it. So now you might look at that, and then there's another candle inside. There you go. So you got three clues right now, back to back: absorption, absorption, absorption. The volume is trying to tell you, yo, I see what price is, but look where we going. Can it go up a little more? It sure can. But it's trying to let you know beforehand because that's what volume is. It's not an indicator that tells you, yo, here, it's now. No, it's an indicator that's letting you know what is going to happen in the near future.
Mm.
And the two rejection candles off that monthly, but that weekly is good right there. You can leave it there. That's fine. Look at that. Look at the rejection right there. Look at the volume on the rejection right there.
Mm.
And what's an inverted hammer to everybody? That's a bearish candle. So now you gotta be easy with the gold. Do you want to trade a bounce back and catch a scalp? For sure, that's fine. But be